Planet discourse.
However, I guess another. We're not down with Trump, not by a long shot.
I don't even think we finished covering the first story. Period.
Is there? What else did we have?
We were just bitching about like the we were just bitching about the inauguration process. Like,
but I see that's your fact.
Okay.
I would like to present my alternative fact.
Oh, for fucking sake! Holy shit! All right. So let me get into this. So basically, what happened with the inauguration was that for over the past 8 years, apparently this has been a very low turnout in the inauguration. I think there was only about like 500,000 people there versus like I don't think 500,000 people were like there in general, but basically the turnout number was around 500,000. The turnout for Obama's 2012 election was like 783,000 or something in that range. And the first time he got into office was around 1 million.
And
so,
yeah.
I mean, again, to play devil's advocate, this could be because people who generally live in densely populated urban areas tend to vote Democrat. So, but at the same time, we can't deny that Trump has a very low rate of support. So it's like, so it doesn't really surprise me at all that that the fucking turnout was this low. But here's where things start going to shit. Is that Trump and his cabinet fucking for some reason, I don't know why, but they had to fucking lie about the number of people who were there.
It's not lying. It's presenting alternative facts.
Oh, God.
I'll get to that alternative point. I'll get to that alternative facts point later. So, and the reason the reason that they felt that they had to lie about this is because like they felt that the media was delegitimizing just the amount of support that they were getting. First of all, who the fuck cares? You're the goddamn president. You're already going into office. Do you really think that the fact that these people aren't going to turn out for you is really going to affect the rate of fucking policy you're going to enact? It's not like they have any jurisdiction over that. That's why we're a fucking republic. They do that shit for us. So why the fuck does anyone need to lie about this? I don't understand this. But no, it gets even fucking worse. It gets even fucking worse. Where it gets fucking worse is that because of this whole entire thing, Trump decides to declare war on the fucking media.
All right. I mean, that's kind of... It's not really declaring war on the media as more of I see it as continuing his war with the media. Because he hasn't really been in very good graces with the media. Now he just has a little bit more power and influence to actually do something.
Like, I'm sorry, what happened to fucking managing our immigration crisis? What happened to fixing the fucking economy? Oh, but I want to declare war on the media. Literally, not even a fucking week in office? And you guys are fucking up this bad? Like, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with these people? It's not enough that we had to get someone who basically no one supported. It's not enough that we had to basically get someone who basically won because the DNC had to fuck itself upside down. No, we get stuck with the reality of the matter. We have to crank this shit up to 11 to get stuck with someone who's a fucking thin-skinned, hot-headed, Twitter addict, golden fucking parachute spoiled brat.
Now, let me point out the one thing that will probably be an ongoing theme for the next 4 years.
And that's why I'm so pissed off about this. This is incredibly foretelling about who we're fucking stuck with for the next 4 years.
Well, this will be the one thing that we'll be able to say it'll be a sticking point for the next 4 years. As much as everyone wants to say that they didn't want this, here's the thing.
We kind of did.
Republicans didn't want this, but enough of them did. Democrats didn't want this, but they did this to themselves. The Libertarians didn't want this, but they wanted this slightly more than they wanted Hillary. Or Jill Stein, or whoever the hell. All the people who are political insiders didn't want this, except there were enough that did.
I personally think Libertarians are just all over the fucking place.
It really is.
They really are. Like, they confuse the fuck out of me.
I mean, in theory, I'm supposed to be a Libertarian.
I'm supposed to be a left-leaning. I'm supposed to be like a left-leaning libertarian, whatever the fuck that means. I think it just means democratic socialist. I don't know.
It just means you don't want to identify as a Democrat or a Republican, And it just means that you just will be like, oh, I'm a libertarian. My tastes are too exquisite.
My viewpoints are right-wing, just like regular Republicans, but I'm not a Republican. I'm a libertarian.
Exactly.
I'm in the same fucking camp as Alex Jones. That makes me feel so much better.
I have heard leftist and I've heard rightist, like left and right-wing people both say, I'm not a Democrat, I'm a libertarian.
It's like, what the fuck does that even, like, what does that mean?
It just means you're unfucking-sided!
Oh my god. We're probably gonna get shit on by a bunch of libertarians. But
All right. To all of the libertarians that want to shit on me for this, give me a proper argument. Because no libertarian I have met up to this point, aside from one or two that have been like, yeah, you're kind of right, has ever been able to fully contest me on this point.
What point?
On libertarians being just people that don't want to declare they're Democrat or Republican.
They really don't, because like whenever I like, there's this app I tend to frequent. It's called, I don't want to name it because that place is fucking cancer on top of cancer. It's basically it's an anonymous app that's basically just been like invaded by a bunch of alt-right people.
Okay.
So, but the thing is, like, whenever I tend to call someone out, like for their reviews like being implicit of republicanism, they tend to say, "Oh, I'm not a Republican. I'm a libertarian." It's like, but you're just touting like incredibly similar ideas. So I don't understand what the fuck you mean. But so like, what I tend to have gotten from libertarians, generally speaking, is that they believe is one thing that will always confuse me. They believe taxation is equivalent to theft.
Yes.
Which I personally do not understand. Like, okay, I can see why they would think that.
I mean, there is something there that you could, if you looked at it in the right way, you could
potentially argue that it's wrong on moral principle, but the fact of the matter is that you're not necessarily like told this or like directly told this, but by living in the United States, you are kind of undergoing a consensual agreement to pay a bit of your income to the state in order for them to manage society for you. Now, granted, the problem may come in where they allocate that money. But sure, that'll always be a valid argument.
It's been that way since the beginning of time
to contest where exactly where taxpayers' money should go. But I don't think it's theft because you disagree with it.
Well, and here's the funny thing: is that libertarian to me have been identified, or it's been told to me that people who are socially liberal, but conservatively,
okay.
All right, that's what libertarians are supposed to be. However, and that is exactly what I am. However, it's not that simple because people always claim basically libertarians are supposed to be liberties everywhere. Everyone should be free. Everyone should be, free to live their lives how they do.
They should probably undergo a new label because that's very confusing phonetically speaking.
It really is. And no libertarian I've ever talked to has been able to accurately prove to me that that's their beliefs. That's just what I've heard from, political science and stuff like that. Because every single person that I've ever met that's a libertarian, I would more put in the camp of either a Republican or a Democrat. They're really not where the libertarian moniker or the definition of a libertarian really fits. And if we have any listeners, you can shoot us emails, you can comment down below. I would really like to know this. I would really like to have a good conversation about this. And if any of you can give any points, I would love to hear them.